Hello, folks. It's been a while, huh? Well, I'm here to talk about the deck list that I used on the Brazilian Nationals. I didn't have time to talk about it since, the actual Nationals have been so busy going around. Anyway, this is the list that I used. We had some interesting matches through the whole Nationals. I managed to get into top 16, which you would normally call the top 24. Sadly, I lost on the second day, the first match, the CC match. I fell against the top 1 Brazilian Elo player, also known as the best Wizard player in Brazil. He was playing with Verdansk, so we'll get into that. But anyway, the list isn't really that different, to be fair, aside from this. But the base and the core of the list stays the same. The only actual differences, which I will be talking about, because most of you guys that, play Dash and know my channel, knows that Fast and Furious is a obligatory card. You're always gonna have this on your list. Maximum Velocity, it's a... You don't really need to bring it every time, but if you are using this kind of list where you have a bunch of zero cost attacks, you likely want to have Maximum Velocity. You can also for some reason make a Penetration Script list where you use 3 of them, but that's not the point of this list. As for Expedite, this is a card that I'm liking really much in the new meta that we are having right now, because Gravy Bones can sometimes be annoying, and this card is a blessing in disguise, because whenever it hits, no matter which target, you manage to put a item on the battlefield. So let's say that you have a Cerebellum Processor on the field, and you have a Protocol or a Bomb on your hand, or even a Penetration Script, for example. If you hit a zombie, a ally that Grave Bones may have, you can just use the on-hit effect to put those items on the battlefield and gain the action point. So it's been really, really interesting to use this card again on this, weird-ass meta. Aside from that though, the list stays similar. I did use this on the Nationals, and this card was amazing. It's actually broken the amount of value that you can take out of this card when it actually works. Because in a situation where you have 3 cards on your hand, let's say that for some reason you had to block 1 attack, this alone can make you do a whole 4 hand, 4 cards hand. Even more when you have the Cerebellum Processor with you. So it's a really good addition. But in my case, I probably gonna take it out from the deck because I don't have it physically. So it makes no sense for me to have it on a Talishar list. But it is really good. As for the Dual Arm addiction, it is a quite interesting situation because normally we would use the shoes, so the AB shoes, or there is even some people that use the Heavy Industries. In my case, normally I would use Accelerator and Adaptive Plating. But since I knew that my field would have a lot of Syndras, and since it was at the Nationals, we still had Azalea. So this alone, this little combo, would save me 5 HP. So I could block 5 with just this. And still would have my Providence and my Tackle Foundry hard. So it was really, really good against some matches. I did manage to use, I guess, one Azalea where she hit me for 15, and I managed to block everything and still had like my Providence and Foundry Heart. So, yeah. But the logic behind this list is the same as always. Like, you're gonna be using every kind of attack that you can, posting away every card that you have, while you try to set a max fee to do a really huge turn where you can just envy your opponent. So your whole match gonna be like this. You're gonna have like 4 cards in, where it's normally like 1 to 2-0 cost, a Throttle, and a Bull. So you will be boosting away. If you find an item on the top, perfect. If you find a maximum velocity, you normally want to keep it and arsenal it, so you can do a maximum velocity turn, because it's not easy to do it with 4 cards in. Maybe if you find like a Cerebellum Processor or something like that. But it is quite complicated. As for my matches though in the Nationals, my first round was against a Kasai, which I had like not really trouble, but I had to deal with some nuances, which was I had 15 HP, 50 to 20, and she did a Blood on her hands. And it was really scary because I didn't have enough HP to like just tank it and say, well, I'm gonna kill you when you pass your turn back. So the thing is, I did manage to finish her off, even though I got like obliterated by the Blood on her hands. Like she broke 6 coppers, but I still had like around 3 HP and she had 4. So I just pushed through and managed to beat her. The match itself though is not supposed to be hard, because normally she would give you enough time for you to like set up, and normally she wouldn't, like she can't do more than 20 damage. Maybe she can, but it's quite rare. I don't really see that happening that much. I don't think I have ever seen, to be honest. And for the second match, I played against a Azalea. The Azalea though was complicated because she managed to find the Red in the Ledger turn 3, and she found every single one afterwards. So she did a Red in the Ledger, to Red in the Ledger, to another Red in the Ledger using Knock, to Codex, to a Remorseless. So I could not hold like those arrows hitting me for 11 to 13 every turn. It was complicated, let's say like this. And as for my third match, I had a mirror match against the Dashayo that managed to get to top 8, which was also a friend of mine from the same region that I live. And we had a really similar list, but we had our like favorite cards, let's say like this. Like I think he used Metex, where I didn't really use Metex. I think he used Fender Bender. I did not use Fender Bender. So those type of like nuances that we had differently. And that's how I ended like my... For some reason I managed to beat him because I started, and I got a really good starting hand. Like I started with Cerebellum, I managed to do a really good arsenal and just push damage through him. Even though we had like 1 HP each, it was really scary, but I still managed to win. So I ended the first CC 2-1. It was... boy oh boy. I was on Code 9 at that point. So I got into a really good podium for the draft. We did 3 rounds of draft after the CC. I also did a 2-1. I made a Red Line Marlin. I got a really like decent pull for red cards. Like got 2 Revenant's Rebel, 2 Scar for Scar. So got some really good cards. Then we did the second draft. I also managed to be 2-1 again. This time I managed to build a buffing because I got 2 perk ups and a lot of gold wings, like a bunch of gold wings. So because of that, I still managed to get 2-1. I lost to a Gravy Bones like on the second draft that managed to fatigue me because he had every single 4 block from the set. It was amazing. And with that we ended day 1. I think I was 6-3. So we started day 2. If I didn't lose any of the matches of day 2, I would be able to still like classify for the top 8. But sadly, like I said in the beginning, like I fell. My first match on the second day was against Felipe, which is the best wizard player in Brazil and the top 1 Elo player too. And he had some really good hands. Like every time that I tried to like push damage to him, he would just block and do 8 damage back every single time. Like he did 2 Felons of the Crown in a row. So, and to end my life, he did a Enlightened Strike for 5 gold again, and then Enlightened Strike again for 7. Was like, Jesus Christ. So I lost the first match of the second round. The first actually. So the second match though, I played against another Verdance. But this time, I managed to set up 2 tackle pounders like early on, and I managed to like put a lot of pressure on her to the point where at the point that she managed to decompose, she had around, I think it was like 7 to 10 HP, so she could not like keep holding and still trying to do damage. Like it was really difficult for her. And for my last match, it was a shit show because I played against a Auxilio, but my starting hand was a Cerebellum Processor, a Boom Grenade, a 0 to 60, a Zipper Hit, and I managed to attack with the 0 to 60. And the top of my deck was a Tackle Core. So I did Tackle Core, I did Cerebellum Processor, I used the Bomb for the pitch and arsenalized the the 0 to 60, the Zipper Hit. And then I passed. And my opponent did a Mind Warp, which was a blessing in disguise because my hand was horrendous. And at the moment that he did that, I was like, okay, fine. So I bought my hand. It was a Red Protocol, a Spark of Genius, and a blue card. So after that, we all know how it ends. Like I just pushed every single damage that I could through him. And at that specific turn, I also managed to find a new time zone, which I named Blast to Oblivion, which he had 2 on his hand, so he could not like do anything with it, just block. So it was well, I can't say easy because normally the matches like with Auxilio is like 50-50, and this card is like your saving grace when you're playing against it. If you manage to find it early, it gives you a really good lead in the match because you will not need to worry about him. Like, let's say that you name Gun in a Flash. He can't combo you with Gun in a Flash. If you name Blast to Oblivion, which he probably gonna have a higher number on his deck. Normally, like, there is a bunch of Auxilios running like a Rainbow Blast to Oblivion. So it's easier to hit Blast to Oblivion than Gun in a Flash. So you can name either of those two, you're gonna be fine. But I was expecting like more Guardians and more Gravy Bones. I didn't fought any Gravy Bones nor Guardians because I had like every type of setup to play against them, like BIOS update, Deco Founder, Stasis Cell. So I was ready for that, but didn't happen. What can I say? And I think this kind of summarizes it, like how it was. The trip itself was really, really good. Like I had a lot of fun. It's always good to meet everyone at the Nationals, like since my second year going there. This time I managed to redeem myself on the drafts. Like last year I did a 1-500 drafts. This time I did really well on the drafts, so I'm really happy with it. And we will see if I manage to go there next year too. Like, we still don't know how the Evo system gonna be, so there is also that. I am also really close to finishing building my folio deck. I'm missing 3 BIOS update, 1 heist, and probably that's it. After that I will have the whole deck foil. So I'm on the grind for that. But well, I wanted to make this video like really short. I just wanted to talk about how my experience was. If you guys have like any questions and so on, you can just like send it in the comments. Luckily, I will probably have more time now that I finally like settled in. Those weeks have been like rough, but we'll see how it goes. Like I plan on coming back to like training. I will see if I can make more videos like this where I just do commentated matches and stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I see you guys next time.